Interestingly, the second biggest and almost as big is actually a diet. So it's a huge, huge part of what contributes to cancer. Meet Dr. Jason Fung, a globally recognized expert in metabolic health and longevity. His groundbreaking research on fasting, nutrition, and chronic disease prevention has helped thousands reclaim their health. But when it comes to cancer, he has given us a unique concept. And while genetic mutations are often blamed, Dr. Fung highlights a hidden factor, one that silently fuels cancer growth and is far more common than you think. Overlooking it could be a costly mistake. But the good news, you have the power to fight back. In this video, we'll reveal Dr. Fung's insights on this cancer driver, how its daily consumption accelerates tumor growth, and most importantly, how you can counteract its effects starting today. But before we reveal this key factor, let's first understand why it's so critical. Cancer isn't just a random malfunction of the body. It often develops due to long-term imbalances. While genetic mutations play a role, research shows that metabolic dysfunction, chronic inflammation, and hormonal imbalances are major contributors to cancer's growth. But don't worry, these factors can be controlled. By making simple changes to your lifestyle, you can strengthen your body's defenses and significantly reduce your cancer risk. But before we continue, this content is provided for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider with any questions about your health or medical condition. Now that we have understood the cancer risks, let's unveil that everyday food that is linked to cancer as per Dr. Jason Fung, that are none other than ultra-processed foods. The reason this is important is that our bodies have evolved to eat natural foods. These are the foods that we've eaten for thousands of years, and therefore we've adapted to natural carbohydrates, natural fats, proteins like meat, and we know how much we should eat to stay healthy. When we start processing that, we interfere with our body's ability to know how much to eat and when we should stop eating. Ultra-processed foods are everywhere. They dominate grocery store shelves, fast food menus, and even the snacks we grab for convenience. These are foods that have been heavily modified from their natural state, often containing artificial flavors, preservatives, and additives to enhance taste and shelf life. Think of sugary cereals, packaged snacks, instant noodles, frozen meals, sodas, and fast food. These are all ultra-processed foods that millions consume daily. The problem is that these foods are not just convenient. They are designed to be highly addictive. Their flavors, textures, and even packaging are carefully engineered to make you crave more, leading to overconsumption and poor dietary habits. Unlike whole, natural foods that provide essential nutrients, ultra-processed foods are often stripped of fiber, vitamins, and minerals, leaving behind a mix of unhealthy fats, excessive sugars, and empty calories. But just how widespread is this problem? A staggering study found that more than 50% of the average person's daily calorie intake comes from ultra-processed foods. In some Western countries, this number climbs even higher, with children and teenagers getting over 60% of their calories from processed snacks, sodas, and convenience meals. This alarming trend isn't just about weight gain, it's about long-term health risks. Research has linked ultra-processed food consumption to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. Despite this, they continue to dominate modern diets due to their affordability and accessibility. So what exactly makes these foods so dangerous? But before we move on, if you are looking to dive deeper into the foods that can kill cancer and reduce inflammation, be sure to subscribe to the VitaSan Health newsletter link below. Each week, we share expert back tips, delicious recipes, and actionable steps to help you live longer and feel your best delivered right to your inbox. Ultra-processed foods are not just unhealthy, and they contain ingredients that cause obesity and actively fuel diseases, including cancer. These foods are engineered for taste, convenience, and long shelf life, but at a dangerous cost. Hidden within their appealing flavors are refined sugars, seed oils, artificial additives, and preservatives, all of which can trigger harmful changes in the body. Refined sugars, commonly found in sodas, packaged snacks, and processed baked goods, are more than just empty calories. They directly impact cancer growth by driving insulin resistance and inflammation. When you consume too much sugar, your body produces excessive insulin, a hormone that regulates blood sugar. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where cells stop is responding to insulin properly. High insulin levels have been linked to increased cancer cell growth, especially in breast, colon, and pancreatic cancers. As glucose is the most easily available, fuel is the one that makes stuff rotten, the easiest, so cancers do very well with glucose compared to, trying to run on. Not only that, high sugar intake triggers chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which create an environment where cancer cells thrive. Seed oils and ultra-refined foods like soybean, corn, and canola oil are heavily processed and rich in omega-6 fatty acids. While some omega-6 is essential, the excessive intake from ultra-processed foods leads to chronic inflammation. The human body needs a balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. An excessive amount of omega-6 promotes inflammatory pathways, increasing the risk of cancer cell mutations. Studies suggest that diets high in processed seed oils may increase the risk of hormone-related cancers like breast and prostate cancer due to their impact on estrogen levels. Moreover, ultra-processed foods are packed with chemical additives designed to enhance flavor, texture, and shelf stability. Some of these additives have been linked to serious health concerns, including cancer. People talk about meat all the time. There's a big difference between bologna and, grass-finished beef, sort of thing. When there's a huge difference because one is packed full of chemicals and other crap, and one is just beef, right? And people have been eating beef for thousands of years. In processed meats, there are nitrites and nitrates used as preservatives and delamates, hot dogs, and sausages. These chemicals can convert into carcinogenic nitrosamines in the body, increasing the risk of colorectal cancer. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and saccharin are also dangerous for our health. Some studies suggest that long-term consumption of artificial sweeteners may contribute to metabolic dysfunction and cancer risk. Additionally, ultra-processed foods may also have emulsifiers and stabilizers common in packaged baked goods and dressings. Emulsifiers have been shown to disrupt gut bacteria, leading to intestinal inflammation, a precursor colorectal cancer. One of the most compelling studies linking ultra-processed foods to cancer analyzed over 100,000 adults. The study found that a 10% increase in ultra-processed food consumption that was associated with a 12% higher risk of cancer. Breast cancer showed the strongest link with a significantly higher incidence. Among women who consumed more processed foods, researchers concluded that the combination of refined sugars, harmful fats, and artificial additives creates a metabolic environment that promotes tumor growth. So ultra-processed foods aren't just bad for your waistline. They actively contribute to cancer-promoting conditions like chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and toxic chemical exposure. While they are convenient and widely available, the long-term health consequences far outweigh the short-term convenience. If cancer prevention is a priority, eliminating or reducing ultra-processed foods is one of the most impactful steps you can take. Hold up. Did you know inflammation is one of the biggest causes of cancer, heart disease, and aging, and most people are making it worse with what they eat? And that's why I put together the Anti-Inflammation and Immunity Smoothie and Juice Guide, 80 plus science-backed recipes designed to stop inflammation, boost immunity, and help your body heal. Grab your copy now from the video description below. Perhaps what we need to do is focus a little less on the specific mix of vegetarian versus meat or carbs versus proteins versus other things and focus just on eating natural foods. Dr. Jason Fung is a strong advocate for eliminating ultra-processed foods as a critical step in cancer prevention. He believes that modern diets packed with refined sugars, harmful seed oils, and artificial additives are fueling metabolic dysfunction, inflammation, and ultimately cancer growth. According to Dr. Fung, the key to reducing cancer risk isn't just about avoiding unhealthy foods, but also improving metabolic health through fasting and whole food nutrition. Instead of ultra-processed foods, he emphasizes whole nutrient-dense foods that naturally support the body's ability to fight disease. He recommends replacing refined sugars with natural sources like whole fruits, processed grains like white bread. Pasta can be swapped for fiber-rich options like quinoa and vegetables. Avoiding seed oils and using healthier fats like olive oil, avocado oil, and grass-fed butter should also be considered. Prioritizing protein from natural sources like wild-caught fish, pasture-raised meats, and eggs can be helpful. One of Dr. Fung's most well-known principles is intermittent fasting, which he promotes as a powerful tool to regulate insulin levels, reduce inflammation, and promote cellular repair at risk of cancer, at risk of heart disease, at risk of strokes, at risk of blindness, at risk of kidney disease, nerve damage, infections. All these people you can fix just by changing their diet, either cutting down the carbohydrates or using intermittent fasting, and it's free. Anybody can do it. In today's world where constant snacking and highly processed meals dominate our diets, our bodies rarely get a chance to reset. Fasting helps counteract this by allowing the body to switch from sugar burning mode to fat burning mode, reducing insulin spikes and improving metabolic health. The key benefit of fasting is its ability to trigger autophagy, a natural cellular recess where the body removes damaged cells and regenerates new, healthier ones. He recommends fasting periods ranging from 16 hours to 24 hours or longer, depending on individual goals. During the fasting window, only water, black coffee, tea, and electrolytes are allowed to keep insulin levels low while promoting fat burning and autophagy. For beginners, Dr. Fang suggests starting with a 12-hour fast and gradually increasing the duration as the body adapts. Additionally, intermittent fasting can help lower insulin resistance. One of the main drivers of metabolic disorders linked to cancer, chronic high insulin levels, have been associated with an increased risk of tumors, particularly in cancers like breasts, colon, and pancreatic cancer. By reducing insulin spikes and improving blood sugar regulation, fasting creates an internal environment that is less conducive to Cancer Development, Dr. Fung emphasizes that fasting isn't about starvation. It's about giving your body the time it needs to heal and function optimally. When combined with a nutrient-dense whole food diet, intermittent fasting becomes overall health and longevity. Instead of constantly feeding the body with ultra-processed foods, allowing it to rest and repair through fasting could be one of the most effective tools in cancer prevention. Dr. Fung's approach is simple but powerful. Cut out ultra-processed foods, embrace fasting, and fuel your body with real, unprocessed nutrition. By following these steps, we can improve metabolic health and significantly reduce our risk of chronic diseases, including cancer. And small changes can have a huge impact over time. The less ultra-processed food you consume, the stronger your body becomes fighting inflammation and disease. If you want to protect yourself from cancer, the first step is removing ultra-processed foods from your diet. Every meal is an opportunity to make a healthier choice. Start today and take control of your long-term health. So that is all for how ultra-processed foods that we eat daily are directly linked to cancer. But even by making correct lifestyle changes, you may have something missing from your diet that can provide additional support to your body against cancer. Maybe your daily snacks could play an important role in avoiding this chronic disease. So join us in the next video to uncover the 5 healthy snacks that will help your body fight cancer naturally. Your body fight cancer naturally. And